It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the teams from Super Bowl 49 and that goal line pick. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Northern California and Levi's Stadium in the South Bay in Santa Clara, California. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Matchup of a couple teams, Greg, with one big thing in common. A new head coach from a season ago. These are always the seasons we want to see how they play out, how they can implement their plan going in.
And more often than not, Mike, as we all know, when you find yourself in position to make a coaching change, it's because the previous few seasons did not go according to plan. So the question is, did they find the right new head coach to lead them in this next era for their... These two teams today are hoping that this goes a long way into deciding, do they have the right guy pulling the strings? Because if you do, if you have a head coach and a quarterback, you can win for a long time in this league.
To return, it's Antonio Gibson. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The New England offense getting ready to go to work here. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
From a talent standpoint, Drake May has every physical quality that you're looking for to play modern-day NFL quarterback. He can, of course, make all the throws. He's big, strong, and he is a very good athlete. He just needs some time. He needs to sit back and wait for his opportunity to play. Looks like that day is today, and I think if he goes out and plays to that potential, this is the first step of him becoming a legitimate NFL franchise quarterback. There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but it still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
They'll run it here with Antonio Gibson. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. Out of the gun, here's May. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. Oh, he gets it right back. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged a bullet.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. And leading them, Greg, the veteran out of West Virginia, it's Geno Smith.
You just can't say enough about Geno and his turnaround over the last couple of years, Mike. I mean, many thought he was destined to just be a career backup and just play out the rest of his career. And when things didn't play out at first, instead of just listening to those doubters, he just kept working on his craft. And next thing you know, he gets an opportunity with a new team, makes the most of it, and he's now solidified himself as a bona fide franchise quarterback in this league.
To throw on the first play, it's Smith. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And that will lead to a second down. Play action now. It's Geno. He'll complete it to Barner. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
And he'll get forward for a couple. Devon Gottschall there on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing is Smith. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. 15 yards through the air. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
That is hot. What a throw. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Seattle.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. And that's going to be short, not making it to the landing zone. So this means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line.
Automatic 1st down.
A pair of 1st downs gives them 1st and 10, up at the 40. They send him right out of the slot. Here comes the jet sweep. And that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
Open man, Demario Douglas. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
This one intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you. Sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They go play action with Smith. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And he's into the end zone yet again. DK Metcalf Touchdown, Seahawks. Make it 2 touchdowns in the very first quarter of play. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have one.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. The motion man here is Bourne. Here's Gibson. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. 2nd down and 3. It's the tight end Henry in motion. They'll run, and this is Ramondre Stevenson. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Here's Bryce Behringer now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. There's DK Metcalf. He and the Seahawks offense set for their next drop. And what a start he's off to. You don't want to start prorating numbers out for 4 quarters, but fair to say, this defense is going to have to find some way to slow him down. On 1st and 10, here's Smith. A dive and a catch. Incredible. That one good for 26 yards.
And his great game continues, and all game long, Mike, he's really been on the receiving end of a lot of big plays, but I think we might have just seen his best one yet.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Smith. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out, go up for an offensive rebound, and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. From the pistol, Smith. And that is incomplete. Jabril Peppers in coverage, able to knock that one away.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Gino going to throw for it. That's to the end zone and batted away. It's incomplete. They wanted 6. They come away with nothing and cannot connect on 4th down. The Patriots offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Throwing on 2nd down, May. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Seahawks with the early lead. And we're back in the Bay Area after this.
The Patriots in San Francisco, like the Super Bowl. I just got a freaking safety. Nailed the guy in the end zone.
So after that safety, it is a free kick, and that comes from the 20. This will be returnable from his own 15. The production has been sensational early on. The last catch putting him over 100 receiving yards, and we still have another half to play. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Smith. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of it.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
They'll go play action. It's Smith. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. They get the conversion on 3rd down. It was a gain of 27.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
1st and 10. On play action, Smith. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there, defensively all over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Off the play fake. Smith. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Out here. Oh. I told you about doing
So
that.
it's fourth down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. Back deep for New England, Demario Douglas. This is taken at the 25. The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Throwing now is May. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, not a great start to this drive offensively. You take the sack on first down, and you're thinking, all right, let's go to the ground game. Let's pick up some of the lost yardage. But then you take a loss again, and now it sets up 3rd and real long, and you find yourself in a tough spot.
3rd and long. Throwing is May. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
And the Patriots ready to kick it away, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. Now a fair catch called for and taken right at the midfield stripe. The Seahawks offense and DK Metcalf getting set for their next possession. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a first down. Now Walker. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. Smith will give it to Charbonnet. And that is going nowhere fast. Disastrous play, a big loss.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
This one complete to his tight end, Fant. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts 3rd and 14. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Give to Charbonnet. Not much to work with there. He'll get down to about the 22. Second down and 8. Now, Gino. Connected with the tight end. That's Fant. He's taken down just shy of the 10. He's had a lot of success throwing the ball early. Look at the numbers. Already up over 200 passing yards. Still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. On the handoff, it's Charbonnet. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. They have in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
They'll run here with Walker. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch, found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line.
You have to appreciate the effort. The guy's given everything he has to try to make something out of nothing, but understand sometimes you just have to live to survive another down and not take a big loss.
On 3rd down, they go with Walker. On 4th down, the veteran Jason Myers for the Seattle field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the 1st half.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, 2nd half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Geno Smith getting ready for their next possession. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Gino. He's going to look deep here, looking for Lockett. And he will score! Tyler Lockett. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks will extend this third quarter lead. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, here comes Gibson. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Patriots offense back onto the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
He's going to keep it himself. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll go right back to Stevenson. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Patriots ready for the punt, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The Seahawks offense and veteran Tyler Lockett getting ready to get back to work. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. Might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. They'll motion over Metcalf. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Stuff between the refrigerator and the counter over here.
Here's Gino. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that second down sack, really puts them in a must pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. Gino and his favorite receiver, Metcalf, connecting. 32 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Seahawks. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys.
And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board.
The kick is good.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, here comes Gibson. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Patriots offense ready to take over once more. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. From out of the gun, here's May. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. May gonna look to throw. Open man. That's the tight end, Hunter Henry. And he's gonna be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. To throw now, May. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. The fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
Play action now. It's Gino. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense and They've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Jabril Peppers in coverage, able to knock that one away. 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Smith. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Smith. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
From the shotgun, Smith. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
If you want to be a top-notch NFL DB, of course, yes, the athleticism is a given, but it's really, you have to be instinctive. The instincts are what allow you to maximize those physical skills, and you saw them on full display right here, leading in the big-time breakup.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. This team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On 1st down, they'll start out with Stevenson. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
May to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Here's May. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game. And I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
They're all set to punt this one away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And a short field awaits. Fair catch taken on this side of midfield. This offense and their wide receiver heading back onto the field. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. They go play action with Smith. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Tyler Lockett. Touchdown, Seattle. His 2nd catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
Now the point after try from Myers. He's got it. And the Seahawks add on to their already sizable lead. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, here comes Gibson. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So now this team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Working out of the gun, it's May. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is May. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And he is just going to waltz his way in. The pick 6. A touchdown for the defense. Well, they had a big hole to climb out of, and now it is even bigger. Greg, the defense was waiting for it, feasts on it, and they get to celebrate with a pick 6.
Well, a very fitting way for this one to come to an end here, Mike. This has been a completely dominant defensive performance. This pick 6 here in the 4th quarter ends what has been a total runaway.
Myers now to add the PAT. It's up and good. And the Seahawks stretch things out even further. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, here comes Gibson. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Here's 1st and 10. Now May He's found his receiver, Butte.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
He'll tuck it and take off. And May will not risk it. Into the slide. And he's got the first down. That'll be a first down. A gain of 10.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He's going to tuck it and go.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's May. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
I think the defense came in confident that they'd be able to get after the quarterback, right, Mike? When we met with them this week, they felt like they had a really good plan, some exotic looks, some different pressure packages, and it's worked to perfection. I'm not sure they thought they'd be 1 sack away from breaking the NFL record for the most sacks in a single game, but here we are.
On 2nd down, it's May. That's complete to Ramondre Stevenson out of the backfield. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
This offense just can't buy a 3rd down conversion right now, Mike. And if you're not going to have a lot of explosive plays, that's just not a formula for success. The ability to sustain drives, maintain possession, that's a critical factor in scoring points in the NFL. And so far, this has been about as bad as it gets. At this point, Mike, you have to ask, what else could go wrong for this group? They're just trying to get something going, get some points on the board, and even that doesn't work out.
This offense making its way back on the field, led by their wide receiver. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Gino to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
Demario Douglas on the return. The Patriots take over 1st and 10. 19-yard line.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Mike, it is not very often where I am at a loss for words. You know that by working with me. But let's just set this stage. They just allowed a modern NFL record 13 sacks in one game. I mean, to say this is absurd would be a dramatic understatement, and I hate to say it, but performances like this, people lose their jobs over. After that first down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
We'll set up the screen for Gibson. Looking for room out on the edge. He's not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down. Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. On play action, Smith. He'll get this complete to Walker. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. The numbers there tell the story. That last completion moves him over 400 yards passing for the game. On 1st and 10, here's Smith. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Tyler Lockett. Touchdown, Seahawks. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. So add another touchdown and touchdown pass for that matter. He has thrown 6 already in this one. Amazing stuff. Now the point after drop from Myers. He gets it to go. And the Seahawks will add one more onto their big lead. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, here comes Gibson. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Here's May to throw it on 1st down. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Well, sometimes as a quarterback, when you decide to pick up those yards with your feet, you got to pay a price. And in this case, he takes a big shot but not before he's able to pick up that first down.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Throwing on second down, May. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
As a cornerback, you're only going to get so many of these chances each game to make plays in the backfield. And so far, this guy continues to take advantage of them. That's 2 sacks so far. And with the way this game was going, I wouldn't be surprised to see another.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they can find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
Smith now to throw on 1st down. Sending it downfield for Fant. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball is over 60 yards in the air, and I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those.
Again, working deep downfield. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win here for the Seahawks. And this was as good as it gets, all 3 phases of the game in perfect harmony as they post the lopsided shutout victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.